I care too much. I care too much on the whole point of having Marvel games that are not Spider-Man related and having them all fail because of that really upsets me. It used to be X-Men and Spider-Man, but now it's just Spider-Man, and I'm gonna say this right now. It makes me sick to my stomach that this character, this I'm starting to hate Spider-Man. I'm starting to hate that character more and more because the way everyone treats him, the way everyone treats him on his video games, and they give off this fucking status to where it has to be that high, has to be that high, and it always fails. It always fails, and it makes me sick to my stomach to where I have to respond. I have to respond to shit like this because I don't want to fucking see these games fail. Like the Deadpool game that came out a few years ago, that game was fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal. It was written by a Deadpool writer that understood the character. You had everything on board. You had the gameplay. You had the story. You had the cameos of all the characters that you could possibly think of. What could have it gone wrong? And it was made by the guys who made the Transformer games. War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron. How could that go wrong? Guess what? Everyone liked it or hated the shit out of it, and pretty much the game bombed. It bombed. It bombed. You know how that made me feel? Very disgusted. Almost so that I almost want to puke my guts out. Almost so that I really just I'm tired of it. I'm tired of just sitting here and just seeing over and over and over. And when Marvel's Avengers came along, dude, I'm gonna say this right now. The moment the trailer came out of this fucking piece of shit game, everyone hated it. Everyone hated it. And I just knew that I'm like, this game's gonna get critically panned, and the rest is history. You're not gonna have another Avengers game. You're not going to have an Avengers video game after this. No way. No way. Unless someone proves me wrong, which I don't think so, you're done. We had one shot. Granted, people like me are supporting it. People like me are gullible to where we want this to succeed. We want this to go forward. We want this to pretty much to such a degree that we don't want it to fail fully. And it's just, I'm just going to say this. I'm at my breaking point. I'm just so sick to fucking death of just waiting and waiting for a game that I could have and be proud, but also have worldwide fucking have all this shit. But guess what? I can't have that. I can't have that because fucking piece of shit fans or piece of shit gamers just want what they want, and makes me sick to my stomach. Makes me sick to my stomach that it makes me feel like, what are we going to have? Are we going to have the fucking web slinger all the time? Are we going to have that? And that goes to the opposite of fucking yours truly, DC. What happens if Gotham Knights fails? What happens if Suicide Squad fails? What are we gonna do? Well, I want you to answer that. Answer this one question. What are you gonna do if all you're gonna have and all you're gonna get is the fucking web slinger and the goddamn Batman? Are you just gonna take every single one of that, like the fucking piece of shit Call of Duty or the whatever Dragon Ball game? No. I won't stand for it. I won't buy it. I'm going to say this right now. I'm beginning to think, you know what? Maybe I should just buy the last Spider-Man game, which is the Spider-Man PS5 sequel, that's sequel to Spider-Man PS4 and also Miles Morales, and then end it. Just never touch Spider-Man ever again. Because of this problem, this consistent fucking problem. You know, I'm grateful that we got Ultimate Alliance in I'm gonna say this right now, in some format. I'm happy that Ultimate Alliance 3 exists. But my biggest problem and what my stupidity is, I care too much to such a degree that I have such big hopes for a future of we see video games of Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, the Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, maybe a better X-Men game going forward, making sure that we have so many games, so many things that Marvel, not just in movies and TV shows and cartoons, but in video games, and to such a degree that it makes me so proud to live that life, and my grandchildren and my kids will fucking love the shit out of it. But instead, I'm not going to get any of that. Instead, I'm basically going to get shoved in by the piece of shit fucking web slinger himself, because he's the John Cena of fucking Marvel. And everyone wants that character or everyone wants that type of status. And if it's not that status on any other Marvel game, they don't want none of it. It's not an opinion, it's a fact, because the sales show. It makes me sick to my stomach. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it. And I'm sure I'm going to get a dislike because you're just a shield to Marvel's Avengers. You just don't understand. Whatever. Fine. I don't care anymore. You know what? Honestly, I'm at a point where, what more can I say? What more can I say? What more? You tell me. Can a Marvel game that is not a Spider-Man game can be successful? Give me a game in today's day and age, right now, that could sell very well. There isn't any. I already answered that question. So you've given me that whole answer.